Today's episode of Chat and Chew is sponsored by Be Positive Productions and Multimedia Studios, LLC. I like to think of imagination as something akin to a superpower. Used in the right context for good, it can help bolster our aspirations and propel us closer to our goals. We visualize the outcome of our accomplishments and work toward attaining said thing. However, when used to propagate untruths, reality can become distorted. We no longer know what's real and what's not. The more often we repeat something to ourselves, the more likely it is to become our truth, and the lines between perception and reality begin to blur. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a wrap. Please make sure you follow us on Facebook, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and of course, hit the bell to activate notifications that will remind you when we're on. Please be sure to leave us a comment to let us know how we're doing. We'd love to hear from you.
All right, greetings. Once again, we are in our Chat and Chew podcast. Thanks for being with us. And we want to, if you are Facebook, please go to our Facebook page. Our YouTube, please go to our YouTube page. Hit that little button that says subscribe, and you'll start getting notifications while we're on the air. I am Dr. Glenn Warren. I'm very excited about our Chat and Chew podcast we got going on. I have some guests in my studio today that we really want to talk to, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves. I know some of you are probably having your dinner or sitting back and watching and this while you're eating your lunch or dinner, whatever. So let's chat and chew while you do. So greetings. I have Mr. Derek Bird over here. Me and Derek go way back with the county. I'll tell you that they'll get to introduce themselves a little bit more. But we worked together a long time with Wake County Human Services, and Mr. Vince Johnson, which is a ex-police officer, you could talk about that. We kind of known each other off and on for a while. And then Mr. Tony, I think we work for Wake County as well. Yeah. So anyway, these guys are working with Family Resource Center, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and then we're going to kind of go into the dialogue today about what I'm very excited about this 11th year Fatherhood Conference. So Derek, take it off.
Thank you, Glenn. I'm Derek Bird. I am currently the Executive Director of the Family Resource Center, South Atlantic.
Okay, cool. Tell us a little bit more about yourself than that, Derek.
Well, the Family Resource Center, South Atlantic.
Not about you, not at all. I give you opportunity to get into the Family Resource Center, but about you. Tell us about something that we'll be surprised to know about Derek Bird.
Well, I don't know anymore. But I've been, I'm co-founding member of the Family Resource Center.
Okay.
Started back in 1995.
Wow,
My career actually started when I relocated from New York.
Okay.
1994, and I started working for Wake County Human Services.
Okay.
It wasn't named back then. Right. We became Wake County Human Services in 1996.
Okay.
And I worked in child welfare.
Okay, cool.
And so the work of fatherhood actually began because of the requirements of child welfare to engage fathers.
Okay.
And so we continue to evolve in that work throughout the agency.
Okay.
And you and I
Yeah.
and others, including Tony,
Right.
began to look at how we can engage fathers throughout Wake County Human Services.
Right. And we had our Fatherhood Initiative in Wake County with, I forgot the gentleman person that was over Wake County. That's Ramon, yes.
Rahani,
Yes.
director at the time, initiated
Yeah, we was going to the jail doing some classes there.
Yeah. So, and so then, as that was winding down at Wake County Human Services, I brought it over to the Family Resource Center. At the time, Kim Best was the director.
Yeah.
And we started the Fatherhood Conference in 2013.
Oh, wow. Cool. Okay, good. All right, Mr. Vince, tell us about you. Police officer, retired police officer.
Yes, sir. My name is, like you said, my name is Vincent Johnson, and I am a retired Raleigh police officer after 25 years. And during my career with law enforcement and dealing with the youth and dealing with people, understood that a lot of issues that we dealt with were because the family unit was not unified.
Okay.
And unfortunately, there were probably a lot of young men that were missing that fatherhood, that example of a real man in the household. So after I retired, eventually I met Derek, and I joined Family Resource Center, South Atlantic, as a program director for Day to Day Dads, which is a position I've been in since October 22.
Okay.
Because it became blatantly obvious that fathers build stronger family units.
Right. Gotcha.
And you have strong family units, you have strong communities.
Right.
So my law enforcement career was like a segue into this position.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
All right. And now we have Mr. Tony, last but not least.
Yes, my name is Tony Craddock. I am a human services professional. I've been in working in Wake County area since 2000. I've been involved with the Fatherhood Conference since 2016.
Okay.
My passion of working with fathers and young adolescent males began when I was in college at Federal State University back in the early 90s.
Okay.
I was a camp counselor, and I worked with young people at that point in time. And after I graduated, I gravitated towards mental health.
Okay.
Actually, before I got into mental health, I started working with the educator, alternative school setting. So I've worked with young men for quite some time, and then as I've gotten older, I became a father myself and worked with fathers, and I realized that a lot of times we don't have support for ourselves.
Oh.
So I was fortunate enough to, being a part of working in the Wake County area, I was fortunate enough to be a part of the North Carolina Fatherhood Conference starting in 2016.
Okay.
And that was my segue into this realm, and I'm honored and fortunate this year to be one of the co-chairs.
Yeah. They kind of passed the torch on.
Yes.
From Ken and Derek.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I want to, Derek, dive into a little bit more about the history of Family Resource Center. Y'all do more than just fatherhood. So tell us about Family Resource Center.
Well, okay, let me see if I can sum this up in less than 2 minutes.
I know y'all do so much, I know.
Well, yeah, so basically, Family Resource Center was an initiative that started throughout North Carolina back in the mid-90s, as a response to the welfare reform that was happening under the Clinton administration.
Okay.
So there was a need to establish Family Resource Centers to help families to prepare for employment, since they were going to now have benefits in 10 of benefits and after 60 months.
Right.
So to help them with career development and job trainings and things of that sort. So along with the newly formed Wake County Smart Start Board, we received a planning grant. We was able to then identify how we wanted to set up a Family Resource Center, particularly serving Southeast Raleigh and Holly Springs. Okay. Yeah. So throughout the years, so we was able to do that starting in 1995. And throughout the years, we've kind of evolved doing a lot of different other things and services. So currently, right now, we do have our Responsible Fatherhood program, which is Day to Day Dads. We have our Early Childhood program, which is HIPPY, Home Instruction for Parents of Preschool Youngsters. We have Family First Community Recovery, which are helping families still dealing with the impact of the pandemic. We have our New Start Opioid Prevention Education Diversion program, where we work on individuals who have drug addictions or substance use disorders, and are involved in the juvenile justice or the law enforcement system.
Right.
And we have our Second Chance Reentry program, so we're still working with individuals coming out of incarceration, and our Parenting Wisely program, we're working with parents who have youth involved in juvenile justice.
Okay. So how do y'all get really, really involved with the fatherhood component? So much so, in the last 11 years, you guys have put on this major, one of the biggest fatherhood conferences around. How did y'all really get into that?
Well, as I stated earlier, the work that we had started in County Human Services, I brought to Family Resource Center, and I was on the board at that point.
Yeah.
So I made a point of making sure that it needed to happen at the Family Resource Center. And I think also, Kim Best, again, who was the executive director at that time, really saw the benefits of being able to, get involved and more engaged in the work of working with fathers. And so we started the conference, and then we were able to then apply for a federal grant, which we were able to receive, $5 million grant to establish day-to-day dads. Okay, so we just really been very entrenched in this work. And now, as I have been the executive director for almost 5 years, wanted to ensure and continue that that we're supporting and promoting responsible fatherhood throughout North.
Right. So in 2011, you guys put on your first fatherhood conference. 2013, okay. And it's been going on for the last 11 years. So what is one of the goals and the objectives of putting on this yearly fatherhood conference? Either one of y'all can answer that question.
Well, I think so. I want to say initially what we really wanted to do was, again, to bring awareness and to what is needed and what is what responsible fatherhood looks like, and to celebrate those who are either supporting fathers or wanting to be allies in the work of fatherhood. Also, to have an opportunity for fathers and men in general to be able to come and celebrate and learn and develop, skills to be even better fathers, and really just to begin to have an infrastructure in place that will be present for dads to come and receive services and trainings and just support. And so that was kind of really the impetus of the conference, because the plan was we had the conference and then we would have follow-ups of activities and things throughout the year. Right. So even though we haven't quite gotten there, but we had day-to-day dads. So that kind of served as that post-conference support training for dads.
So this year, tell us about this year conference. You're one of the
co-chairs.
Now, tell us about 2024 Fatherhood Conference.
Well, actually, the 2024 North Carolina Fatherhood Conference, actually, we're excited about this year because we have some exciting lead-up events. And Mr. Bird talked about follow-up, but we're also focusing on the lead-up to that. I know Vince and I, Vince does a great job with the barbershop buzz.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that.
We go around to local barbershops and we have conversations about responsible fathering.
Okay.
We talk about, parenting concerns and what it's like in fathers' households and how does that work with them and the mother of their child. So that's one of the things that we do on an ongoing basis. We do the barbershop buzz. But this year we have something that we're really excited about. We have our inaugural father-child basketball tournament.
Yeah.
We're targeting engaging younger fathers. So we have a father-child basketball tournament set up for this coming Saturday, June 8th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Life Enrichment Center on the campus of Wake Chapel Church. The event is for children 7 to 17, but of course it's just a father-child event where the father and the child team up together to pick on another father and child. And then that's just one of the events, but I would like for Vince to tell us a little bit more about that event that we have coming up before we get into it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Last year we noticed that we didn't have as many young fathers as we would like.
Right.
And we're older now, so our children pretty much on that way. All right. So we have some younger fathers that have challenges being fathers, because some of us go from fatherless to fatherhood,
right,
and haven't the clue as what to do.
Right.
And so with Day-to-Day Dads, it's a fatherhood engagement program where we work out of a handbook. We handle things. We start out with family history, communication, things of that nature. So as a attempt to engage younger fathers, last year we talked about it, and I think it might have came up with one of the barbershop buzzes where the idea was originally initiated. We're doing a barbershop buzz, and one of the fellas, Mr. Wooten, he mentioned, hey, a basketball tournament, because he puts on basketball tournaments. So I'm like, man, that sounds like a good idea, a good way to engage younger fathers there. And it's beginning to take off there. And we're really excited about it. And from that, of course, we're going to connect with those fathers and encourage them to attend the Fatherhood conference, which is the following week.
Right.
So at this point, we probably got about 19.
Yeah, actually, one of our guys should be signed up with his daughter.
Okay.
Come and
Yeah.
actually,
And that's one thing I wanted to specify, father and child.
yes.
Because girls are balling now.
Yeah.
You know,
We
don't want to
his
disrespect the
daughter's
girl.
kind of tall.
Right.
You know, she's young, but for her age, she's tall.
Right.
And he bragged on how good she is. So
Yeah.
I get on the flyer last week.
Yeah.
And he said he was going to call. I got to follow up with him. I'll see him Saturday.
Yeah, because my daughter just finished playing college basketball.
Okay.
So we can't disrespect the girls. And
They're going to be balling.
you know, so we have some giveaways. We're going to feed them lunch.
Okay.
We're going to address them and talk about the Fatherhood conference and just trying to get them engaged. And you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
You know, so we're here to help engage some of those fathers there.
So tell us a little bit more about the barbershop buzz.
The barbershop buzz, that was an initiative that started that President Obama started
Yes.
in 2012.
Right.
Okay. And when I came here and joined Family Resource Center in October of 22, as we moving forward closer to the Fatherhood Conference of 23, they told me, hey, we did a barbershop buzz. And I read up on it a little bit, and I thought it'd be an excellent idea how to reach out to the community.
Right.
And some of the conversations that we have are very, very engaging. Okay, so I think that has attracted a lot of people towards the idea of participating in the Fatherhood conference there.
Right.
And it has excited and the neighborhood and this community about what we do.
Right.
Some of the barbers every year look forward to us
doing that. Yeah.
So we're considering probably trying to do it all year round.
That's good.
Versus just a couple of months leading up to the conference.
Yeah. So the conference is the 15th, which is 16th. That's the day of June 15th. June 15th, which is the Saturday. But coming up, leading up to the conference, Derek, tell us about some of the events that we got.
Yes, in addition to the father-child basketball tournament we have this coming Saturday, June 8th, we also have a practitioner summit that takes place on June 12th, that Wednesday. It's a practitioner summit where we engage practitioners that are actively involved with father engagement. Just like Derek has said before, allies, local government, nonprofit, faith-based communities that engage with fathers. It's a summit from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. held at the Swinburne Building at the Wake County Health and Human Services. All the events are free. Okay, so we ask that all participants register at ncfatherhood.com, go to the website, and register for all the events.
Okay.
The Practitioner Summit's been, we've had it for, I think this will be our third year having the Practitioner Summit. 6 years. 6 years, okay. 6 year having the Practitioner Summit, and it's really engaging, really good information to be shared with the practitioners that work with fathers. We focus with child support workers, social workers, school social workers, and any practitioner that works with fathers and hope to enhance their father engagement skills.
Right, yeah.
That takes place on Wednesday, June 12th. And then we also have Thursday, June 13th. Thursday morning, we have the Strengthening Fathers Power Breakfast.
Yes.
That takes place at the Methodist Home for Children from 8 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. That is a legislative, we invite all the legislators as well as various executives throughout the state that work with fathers. This year's panel discussion will be about the impact of fathers and child support.
Child support, yes.
So, and of course, that's something that you could possibly assist us. But I think you are on the panel, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure. I wasn't last year, but I'm sure I'm on this year. But yeah, I think Ms. Brown and the guy from Fayetteville, the child support.
Yes. I do believe the Cumberland County,
Cumberland County
child support director.
So we have quite a few influential people that work in the child support realm to be on that panel. And that's from 8 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. at the Methodist Home for Children. Of course, that is a free event as well, open to all, but we definitely require everyone to register so we can make sure that the information are accordingly. Then Thursday evening at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Stars and Stripes off of Capitol Boulevard, we have our Me and My Dad event, in which it's a STEM presentation will be made, as well as opportunities for fathers to engage with their children and in a fun, free atmosphere.
All right.
So all that information, all those events are free. And then, of course, the culmination of all this entire week would be the actual Fatherhood Conference being held on June 15th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m.
So let's get into that conference. So what is the theme of this year's conference? Is there a particular theme? I know fatherhood, but is there a particular theme you got focusing on this year?
We're looking at bridging the gap from younger generations to older generations, bringing the two together. And we want to foster an environment where younger fathers can gain information from older fathers. And then both they can coexist and support each other in their endeavors as fathers. So that's why we have our keynote speaker. We have a younger keynote speaker in the morning, Michael Adams. He's he's an actual member of the Raleigh community, and he does some things with Triangle Family Services. So he's a father himself, but he's our morning speaker. And then we also have Dr. Jeffrey Shears.
Yes, he's been around forever.
Yes,
and remember fatherhood.
Yes, and he's our keynote speaker for our luncheon. So and both the individuals are fathers, and they both have some valuable information to impart to our fathers, young and old. But we definitely try to bridge the generational gap and bring all fathers together so that we can be the best for our families and our children.
Right. So it starts at 8 o'clock. You guys have breakout sessions.
Yes.
Tell us something about the breakout session.
We have informative workshops. We have a wellness pavilion, men's health and wellness pavilion, vendor area. But we have breakout sessions. We talk about money management. We talk about communication with your children. We talk about mental health and amongst fathers. That's the keynote that we're looking at. The mental well-being of fathers, how they can mentally be well to take care of not only yourself but your family. So we have some very informative breakout sessions.
Okay, cool. One of the things that I'm really excited about, Derek, is we have a partnership, but we work with men together, and one of the things that really encourages me is when I see fatherhood programs coming together and supporting and doing this work together and making sure these fathers are getting involved in that. Tell us who are some of the partnerships that you guys are working with within Wake County? Who are some of the partnership, whether your sponsors or some of the people you work with on a regular basis to work with fathers?
Well, outside of Fathers Forever, Methodist Home for Children has always been a staunch supporter.
Yes.
Ken Perry has served as my co-chair throughout all of the conferences mostly, and they've been a very big supporter. We've had Wake County Human Services, Health and Human Services, I have to remember, and Human Services right now, have always been a supporter of the conference as well. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield, who've been a very big supporter for the last few years now. We've had the Department of Public Safety, Division of Juvenile Justice. They've been a big supporter throughout many years. We've had in the past UPS, PNC Bank has always been a supporter from the inception. We've had other sponsors like here and there that's been a part of it. So we have always enjoyed being able to either create or sustain partners and sponsors throughout the year. So this has probably been as many conferences as I've been involved with, of groups who've sponsored, who've done conferences. It's usually rare where you have sponsors that continually support you.
Over again. Yeah. Which talks about your affectability and the impact that you're doing in the community, that you could continue to get people to sponsor you. Some of the partnerships that you guys work with, do y'all get referrals from other agencies in Wake County? How do y'all, not the conference now, I'm just talking about your day-to-day dads, the work that you do with fatherhood?
I'm going to let Vincent handle that one.
Okay.
Well, yes, we do receive referrals. I would like to receive more referrals. If anyone's interested, just go to the website, Family Resource Center South Atlantic website, and you'll be able to go to Day-to-Day Dads and put in your information. It doesn't cost anything but some time.
Right.
We have 8 sessions where we cover everything from feelings, communication, discipline, because like I mentioned once before, you don't know what you're. And I've had sessions where some men were in their 60s. And I could tell from their childhood, from the conversation, once you open up, once you start to reveal, you start to heal, you know, because I believe it was Fred Douglass said, you know, it's easy to raise strong children than it is to repair broken men.
Yeah.
And some of those men, although they had reached a certain age in life, they were still dealing with some issues that, you know, like I say, every child should have an opportunity to say, thanks, Dad. They should be able to use those two words. Everyone, unfortunately, has not been able to use those two words.
I want to talk about this for a second. We're going to get back to the conference. But you and I was at a workshop.
Yes, sir.
A few months ago.
Yes.
We were doing a round table together. Mm-hmm. And when you made that statement, it was powerful to me. But I was able to say thank Dad for to my father passed 10, 15 years ago. Mm. But I never thought about there's so many people who walk without their dad. They never get to put those two words together.
Yes.
Thanks, Dad.
And that was my story.
That was your story.
You know, just coming home from Goodberry's with my boy.
Yeah.
And they're in the back seat. They're about 10 and 12 at the time, so that's about 20 years ago. And in unison, they just happened to say, thanks, Dad. They've said it a million times before that. But for that particular moment,
they're like, it just clicked.
I said, man, I'm 42 at this point. That's two words I never put together.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a lot of young men that I've met in my law enforcement career that they don't understand why they're angry, because they're taking out the anger on the mother, the grandmother, but father wasn't there.
Right.
And they're angry because they've never had the opportunity to say, thanks, Dad. Two words. Two simple words.
Yeah.
But if you don't say them.
Yeah, that is, you know, I'm going to steal that from you. First time I'm going to give you credit for it. That's going to be mine. But that is a powerful statement that a lot of people, again, don't get the opportunity.
Right.
And they are, these people are making thousands of dollars, you know, so that fatherlessness is across the board.
It is.
It affects rich people, poor people, Black people. And we all know, we type into the choir here because we all know the effects of a good father, and we all know the devastation when the father is absent. We all have seen that. And so, Derek, what are some of the challenges? You've been doing this for the last 20 years. What are some of the, you know, I know 10 years for the last, forever. What are some of the challenges that your agency has gone through as trying to engage fathers?
Well, you know, I think the challenge for us, again, you know, as Vess stated, you know, we would like to have received more referrals, you know, and I think, again, there's some groundwork that has to be done first, because I think people just are not in a place where they see the need or the benefit to engage and involve fathers in a way where they seek out those programs that could benefit them.
Right.
And there's a conversation institutionally and organizationally that has to be had about how we work with fathers in respect to services. And we have to be willing to tell the truth about that. And we're not operating in a truthful way about wanting to work with fathers or having the skill or the capacity to work with fathers.
Right.
And so I just think at this point for us, our challenge has been, how do we continue to promote and increase that awareness of folks and understand that it is important. If you're saying you're working with families, then you have to be able to work with both parents.
Right.
You can't just say we work with families and only work with
right.
You know, so there has to be a shift in our mindset around about how we identify and work with fathers. And I've been telling folks throughout some of the things that I've been saying lately is that how you frame the problem and who you frame as the problem is going to determine your outcomes.
Right.
If we're constantly framing Dad as the problem,
right,
then that's how we're going to get to outcomes that are not going to be beneficial to him.
Right.
So it's a whole change in mindset, and that was really the whole purpose around all of this work that we're doing with the conference, with Day-to-Day Dads, with the pre-conference activities, is to really to allow folks to understand and consider that there has to be a change in how we operate and how we view men in general, right, and particularly fathers, and the need to have infrastructure and support in place for them and to create those spaces for them to be able to feel welcome.
Right. intervention is so powerful.
Right.
And so until we can really, as a society, and you can't fix fathers, the absence of fathers, without engaging fathers. If we want to fix the father problem, we got to engage the fathers. And you're so right. So how do we get the practitioners? How do we get society at large, the people that's working, the judges, the social workers, the case managers? How do we get them working with the fathers as well as the moms? We are so busy cleaning up the aftermath of fatherlessness. And we got to. But we haven't put any money on the prevention or the intervention. There's two different things. We haven't put in, because it's like we have our bottle of water on the table and it falls over, and we got our mops and we got our bottles and we cleaned up the water off the floor, but we didn't stand the glass up. And the more we clean up, the more it's going to spill. So we're trying to clean up this father's problem without fixing the fathers. And it's almost futile, because the more we clean up, the more spills. So that's the challenge that I've been dealing with for the past 15 years. There's not a whole lot of community support. And you're right, we need to have a paradigm shift when it comes down to working with fathers. And I've said it so many times that our significance has not been backed by the support that we need.
Right.
Everybody says fatherhood is so important. Everybody says it's significant. We don't have no question with that. And we got the data to back it up. But we don't have the support
Right.
to match that significance. And I know that's $1 million question. And how do we change that question? And I know our conversation right now is not going to fix it. We haven't even got to the, beginning of it. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit. I know I didn't get to half my questions, but I know we got to pause. But I want to shift back now to the conference. And I want y'all to say your last kind of, encouraging people to come to the conference. What are some of the things you want to accomplish? What has been the attendance of the conference and father-wise over the last 11 years?
So I would say when we first started in 2013, our first conference, we held it downtown at Sheridan, and we had 300 people in attendance, which to us spoke volume.
Yeah.
Because we understood now that there was interest and an awareness and a need that people were looking for help as it resulted in fatherhood engagement and involvement. So over the years, we were able to increase our attendance, where we became like the 4th largest conference in the country. We had close to 600 people in attendance.
Wow.
Prior to the pandemic. So of course now, since the pandemic,
It's
right, and Juneteenth,
right.
So now, we're kind of like under 400.
Okay.
So, we still have good attendance, but we were definitely 600 people in attendance every year.
Right. So the goal with these conferences is to really not minister, if you will, but encourage these fathers the 6 hours that they are there in this conference through your various workshops, your various speakers, and then to set the pace for the rest of the year, engaging fathers into day-to-day dialogue, the other barbershop buzz, other activity that you guys have going on.
Correct.
Yeah. So why don't one of you just kind of look into the camera right there and really invite our Facebook family, our YouTube audience, give us some specific dates, some times, the location, what that's going to about the conference.
And before Tony does that,
yes,
let me also say so there's a couple of other things for it. So we does food in the fatherhood in the contest.
Okay.
We have a Father of the Year contest.
Okay, yeah.
So we have, middle and high school students are able to write essays or develop videos. I like that, to talk about or to nominate their father or a father figure.
Yeah.
Someone who they consider to be a father figure to them.
Right.
And so we award, so those essays and those entries come in, they're reviewed and judged. And then we have a Father of the Year that is presented at the conference. Yeah. And then we have a dynamic dad that's presented at the Power Breakfast. So that's one of the highlights. We also highlight those folks who are in the trenches and
in the community
and blazing
the trailblazers.
Right. Yeah, so we have trailblazers that we also highlight and award at the conference.
I was honored to get They were the first one? Years ago. Wow, yeah.
You were the
Wow, yeah. Yeah, so I am so, we have been talking for 35, 40 minutes, and we haven't really got it, a lot of this, because there's so much stuff that you guys do. But I'm really, really excited about this year conference. I've always been a part of the conference, been to every one of them. I think I missed one when in the middle of the COVID one. I did, but I was part of the virtual one. But I've been to a part of, in fact, we got a table set up, vendor table set up at all of them. And so I'm really, really excited about being, again, a part of this major conference put on by the Family Resource Center in Wake County. So tell us, again, your audience, Facebook family and our YouTube, how they can connect, register, and all that good stuff.
Well, first, we'd like to say, Dr. Warren, thank you for your platform and allowing us this opportunity to come and speak about this at this very important event and very exciting event that we have coming June 8th through June 15th. The Fatherhood Conference week of activities, but the actual Fatherhood Conference takes place June 15th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Life Enrichment Center, 3805 Tar Heel Club Road, Raleigh, North Carolina. Register for all events. All events are free, but please register at ncfatherhood.com for all events. For the Father and Child Basketball Tournament that's taking place June 8th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Life Enrichment Center, to the Practitioner Summit that takes place on Wednesday, June 12th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Swinburne Building. And then also the Strengthening Father Power Breakfast that takes place on Thursday, June 13th from 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., And that takes place Thursday, June 13th. And then Thursday evening, June 13th, the Me and My Dad event at Stars and Strikes. All events are free. Please be encouraged to go to the website, ncfatherhood.com, to register in advance for all events. Registration is required. We thank you so very much. Please spread the word. Please get it out to all fathers, father figures. Be encouraged to do so. We thank you so very much.
Yeah, great. So thank y'all so much, Derek, Vince, and Mr. Tony, to our Facebook family, our friends. I want to encourage you to go to the website, sign up, register. If you know a father, whether you're a grandfather, whether you are a young father, whether you're an older father, mature father, sign up for this Fatherhood Conference. It is a major impact. It has powerful, powerful workshops. They have good food too. You guys gonna have we eat well, we do well, and it is a good time when you get a bunch of men in a room to kind of feed off one another. And so I encourage you to get your family to engage in it. It is free. Everything is free, and show up and be a part of it, participate, and bring your sons. If you're an older father and you know some struggling fathers, you know some guys in the community that's not doing too well, invite them to come as well. It's going to be a very, very, very powerful time. And I just want to, again, thank Derek and thank Vince and thank Tony for coming and allowing us to share your story. And we're going to start doing some more of this. We're going to be doing some roundtables on fatherhood, just taking different topics, whether it's child support, whether it's child welfare, whether it's domestic violence, whether it's anger management. Just having some dialogue about fatherhood. Derek, you said that we have got to shift. We got to shift the paradigm shift of society about the significance of fathers, and our support has got to match our significance. And with that said, we could talk about this until Jesus come back, but I know my team is telling me that I need to sign off, and I just want to wish everybody well, and we'll talk to you later. Here's 3 ways you can support our Dads at a Distance initiative. Give a copy to a family member, our friend.
Cool.
Donate monthly, a book monthly, 5 books monthly, how many books you want to do monthly donation. Reverse book signing, your church, your business. You can make a donation go to our website at www.afatherforever.com and go to our PayPal at Fathers Forever. Our Cash App is $Fathers Forever. Make your donation today please include in the note section, include DAAD. Again, it's include in the note section DAAD.
If you or someone you know would like to be a part of the show, please visit our website at www.afatherforever.com or call us at 919-779-9905. The Chat and Chew podcast streams Thursdays at 8 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook. To schedule a reverse book signing or to find out more information about how you can become a part of the programs you've heard us mention today, please be sure to stop by our website as well.
Hello, everyone. This is Glenn Warren, founder and executive director of Fathers Forever. I want to share an alarming reality with you. 627,000 fathers are incarcerated that have kids under 18. Now, there are 56,000 moms incarcerated who have kids under 18. The reality is there are so many more fathers incarcerated than moms. This is why I Am a Father Forever book exists. Now I need your help. I am inviting you to help us get this book into as many fathers incarcerated as possible. Here's how it works. For your donation of $22, we will provide a book to an incarcerated father. Thank you in advance for helping Fathers Forever heal fathers and save families.